Hi, my name's Jake, and today I'm going to give you a demo of the Exodus trading card game and an in-depth look at how the game is played. In this fast-paced card game, players take on the role of a drifter, battling other drifters using cards forged from Stardust. In this feature match, we're going to be using starter decks that revolve around an epic clash between dragons and angels. Now that you know some of the basic story behind the game, let's head on over to the table. All right, so right out of the box, we see a 40 card starter deck, plus this little rule reference card here, which you'll just set off to the side. So of the 40 cards, 20 of them are these blue energy cards, which are all exactly the same. So what you'll want to do before we begin is go through and separate the blue energy from everything else. That will be placed in a face-up pile called your energy deck. So while you do that, and the other 20 cards are going to be shuffled up, and this will be called your main deck. And you'll place this face down next to your energy deck. So while you shuffle that up, I'll go ahead and explain the 3 types of cards in the game. So in Exodus, there are only 3 types of cards. There are energy, there are creatures, which are your main weapons you'll use to attack me, which is how you win the game. And they just have a beautiful fantasy illustration. And the third kind of card is a symmetry card. These say symmetry in the top right corner, and then they also have a text box towards the bottom of the illustration with an effect. Whatever they say is exactly what they do, and these are like instants that happen immediately, and they put a huge twist on the game's mechanics. They really help you out, and what's really cool about them is you can literally play them at any time during either player's turn. So you'll really be using these a lot, and these are really good. So once you're shuffled up in your main deck, we can get going. All right, so we'll play rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. So, shuffle up that. Okay. All right, I'm going first. So you can get your starting hand, which is 6 cards, 3 from each deck. Okay. So you'll have 3 blue energy and 3 of something else. So the object of the game is we both start with 10 points called life points, and I have a universal spinning point counter here. I'll let you be the white side. And first person to get to 0 points loses. Okay, so all we're gonna do is take turns following the 5 steps on the rule card right here, the 5 phases of a turn, and we'll take turns doing that till someone wins. So, all right, you can follow what I do just by watching the 5 steps right there since I'm going first. So I'll skip number 1, my draw phase on my first turn, since I do have my starting hand, but normally at number 1, the start of each of your turns, you will draw 6 more cards, 3 from each deck. So you'll get a ton of cards to work with, which is cool. So I'll go ahead and go right into step 2, my energy phase. So here I can play energy from my hand onto the table. When I do that, that's called starting a pile of energy. Now I can add to that pile of energy by stacking more on it, just like that, or I can arrange it in new piles. What's really cool about the energy phase is you can arrange it in any order that you like. You can do 3 individual piles, a pile of 2, and a pile of 1. Or a single pile of 3, and you'll see why that matters in a second. So I'll go ahead and do 3 individual piles, and I'll go right into step 3, my creature phase. All I do to summon creatures is I place them on top of blank piles of energy just like that. And that shows how powerful each creature is. Notice there are no numbers or anything crazy like that on the creature cards, so it's just the energy behind them that shows how many points they're worth or how powerful they are. These are all 1 energy creatures. That's pretty much all you have to know. And I can't attack since I'm going first, so end phase, I pass it off to you.
Okay. And I already have my starting hand.
That's right. Okay. So you'll skip your draw phase, go right into your energy phase, go for it.
Okay. I will play 1 pile of 3 energy.
All right, awesome.
And I'll play 1 creature.
Mr. Red Dragon, very good. So now, starting with the player who goes second, you have the attack phase available. So remember, the object of the game, the ultimate goal is to get my life points to 0. The only way to do that is to first clear all the creatures off of my side of the table. So if you wanted to attack, here's how it would work. You would just choose which of your creatures you want to attack, in this case your Mr. Dragon, to attack any one of mine. So if you wanted to attack this angel, since yours is a 3 energy dragon, mine would lose 3 energy. At the same time, mine is 1 energy, so yours would lose 1 energy. So that you simply subtract whatever the opposite one has, and whenever energy is discarded, it goes right back on top of the energy deck. And if at any time a creature is left with no energy, it's destroyed and discarded to the graveyard. A face-up discard pile, it's out of the game. So if you want to attack, it's up to you. Attacking is optional, and the only thing you have to remember about attacking is each of your creatures can attack once per turn.
Okay, I will not attack and end my turn.
All right, sounds good. So I go right back to step one, my draw phase, start of my turn. So I will draw 6 more cards, 3 from each deck. All right, and I'll go right back into step 2. So I'll play my energy, and I will play a pile of 2 and a pile of 1. I'll summon Heavenheart War Angel and Heavenly Guardian. And with that, I will attack. Now remember, if you have symmetry cards, you can play them literally any time. So feel free to interrupt me and just throw it down.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go ahead and use Heavenheart War Angel to attack your Mystery Dragon.
Okay, so mine loses 2 energy.
That's right. And it's destroyed.
Okay.
And then I'll finish it off with my Heavenly Guardian.
Okay.
And we're both 1 energy, so we're both destroyed. And then with that, I will attack you directly. So in a direct attack, each energy counts as 1 point of damage. And notice there's nothing to hit them back with, so they don't lose any energy. It's even better. So I'll go ahead and attack your life points, and that's 1, 2, 3 points of damage. And just like that, it's 10 to 7. I'm up by 3, and it's your turn.
All right. Cool. Let's see here. I'm gonna play a pile of 2 and a pile of 1.
Okay.
Let's see. 2 creatures.
Darkrest Dragon and Oceano Dragon. Awesome.
Then I'm gonna use Cataclysm.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So that one, you get to pick any creature or pile on my side of the field and discard it.
Okay,
Perfect.
this energy. I'll get rid of that one.
All right. He's left with nothing, so he's destroyed. Awesome. Perfect. And symmetry card's used, it's discarded. Nice.
Then, let's see here. I'm gonna use Reversion.
Ooh,
and
nice.
Send this guy back to your hand.
Oh, I'm in trouble. He goes back to my hand, and energy remains in play.
Now I'll attack. I'll attack your angel with Oceano Dragon.
Okay, so yours just loses 1. And remember, he's done attacking for the turn.
And now I'll attack you directly for 1.
Sounds good. And that puts me at 9 to 7. There you go, almost caught up. Okay.
And your turn.
My turn. So I'll draw. All right, so since this doesn't have a creature on it, I can add to it. So that's the only rule regarding energy is a pile, well, a pile cannot exceed 3 energy. It can't go beyond 3 unless by effect of a symmetry card. That's why they're really good. They bend all those rules. But then once you have a creature on it, you can't add any more energy to it unless by, of course, the effect of a symmetry card.
So you wouldn't be able to throw down 3 energy on an existing energy?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and do a pile, add 2 to it, or do a pile of 3, and do a single pile of 1. I'll summon Benevolent Seraphim, and then I will play Leech. So this one says I get to choose 1 energy from a creature or pile on your opponent's side of the field and have them discard that energy card. So I'll destroy your Darkrest Dragon. It says then I get to take 1 energy from my energy deck and add it to any creature or pile on my side of the field. So I'm going to bring this pile up to a 4. It's used, I discard it. And then I will play Unsummon. This one says pay 1 energy. So notice if a symmetry card says pay an energy, its effect is usually pretty good, and you have the option of paying from your side of the table or your hand. So I will pay from this blank pile.
Okay.
And then it says, then I get to select a creature on the field, return it to the owner's hand. All energy attached to that creature is discarded. So that takes care of that one.
It's like Reversion, but more powerful.
Yeah, that's right. So, and then I'll play a 3rd symmetry card, Reevaluate. I discard my entire hand and draw the same amount of cards from my main deck. So I have 1 card in my hand, discard it, and I'll draw 1 more. Okay, and then I'll summon Majestic Nazaro on the pile of 3, and then I'll attack you for 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage.
Wow, okay.
And your turn.
All right.
And 9 to 3. So Don't worry. It's one of those things, what's really cool about Exodus is it's one of those games where even if you're losing really, really badly, you can always win. The turnarounds are insane because of how many cards you draw every turn, and depending on when you play them, how you play your cards. So it's one of those things, never give up. It's really cool.
Okay.
You could be literally at 1 life point. I could be at all 10 and you can still win. So
cool. All right, I'm gonna play 2 piles.
Okay. Skyward Slith and Oceano Dragon.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use Leech on this guy with 1 energy.
All right.
And do that. And then let's see here. Then I'm gonna play Energize.
Nice.
And take another energy
Nice.
and put it on this guy. Now I'll attack your creature with mine with 3 energy.
All right, we're both 3 energy, so we're both wiped out.
And then I'll attack you directly for 2.
I'm wide open, so he hits me for 2. And it puts us at 7-3. Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Your turn. I can play symmetry cards whenever I want, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. I'll play Vortex.
Oh, and he plays Vortex. All right. So notice that one says pay 1 energy.
Okay, so I can pay from
Pay
here.
from your table, yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So now I lose my entire hand, including any unplayed energy, and then both players draw 3 cards each from their main deck. Wow, nice play.
Thank you.
All right. 2, 3, and it's still the start of my turn. So if there's anything I can do, and there's pretty much nothing I can do. So your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to start with the symmetry card Invoke,
Okay.
and I will start a new pile with that. Then I'll play 3 piles of 1.
Nice.
And
Oh man. And he summons an army of dragons.
Yes.
And I'm gonna throw down chains, so you can't
Oh,
attack
no.
this turn.
okay. Wow. Okay, then I guess it's your turn.
All right. Let's see. Draw 3. Okay. 3 individual piles: Atmospheric Striker, Angelic Apparition, and Lustrous Lightbringer. Then I'll play Blessing to take an energy from my energy deck, add it to any creature in play, so I'll buff him up to 2. And then I will use Lustrous Lightbringer to attack Skyward Slith.
Okay.
And Angelic Apparition to attack your Dimensional Dragon. All right, and I'll go ahead and use Atmospheric Striker to take out your Rose Slith too.
Okay.
And with that, I end my turn.
Okay, I'm going to play 3 piles again, and 3 creatures. Then
All right.
I'm going to attack your creature with Slither Drake.
Okay.
Now, you have no field, so I'll attack you for
That's right, I'm wide open.
4.
4, awesome. Oh man. And that puts us at 3-3, tie game. There's that turnaround.
All
Awesome.
right. Okay,
All right, my turn, so I'll draw. I drew 1. Notice I need to draw 2 more from my main deck. I ran out of cards to draw.
So I
if
win, right?
No, actually no. If a game does go long enough where you run out of cards to draw on your main deck, you simply shuffle up your discard pile back into your deck and you keep drawing. So you can never run out of cards to use, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
So, shuffle up. Draw 1, 2, and then my 3 energy. Okay. So I'll go ahead and start with Invoke. I get to take 1 energy from my energy deck and use it to start a new pile. Then I'll add 2 to that pile, making it 3. I'll play another new pile of 1. I'll play Reevaluate. I discard my entire hand and draw the same amount of cards from my main deck. So I'll discard 2, draw 1, 2. Then I'll summon Exalted Skyshifter and Benevolent Seraphim. All right. And then I will use Exalted Skyshifter
Chains.
to not attack. He plays Chains. Oh man. Foils my plan. All right, your turn.
Okay. 1, 2. So now I shuffle these to my third card.
So when you do that, that's actually called a deck recycle.
Okay.
So you can shuffle up, get your deck recycle, and continue drawing.
All right. Okay, I'm going to play a pile of 3. No, I'm going to do a pile of 2 and a pile of 1.
Okay.
2 creatures. And then, okay, I'm going to attack this creature with mine that has 2 energy.
All right. Mine's destroyed.
Yep. And I will end my turn.
Okay, interesting. So I'll draw.
And I will play Vortex.
Oh, and he plays Vortex. Well, all right. So before I discard my hand, what's really cool about when you play Scimitar Card is your opponent now actually has the opportunity of playing their own Scimitar Card in response. So I will go ahead and stack my own in response to that, and I'll play Leech. So I get to choose an energy from a creature or pile on my opponent's side of the field and have them discard that energy card. Okay. So I'll take it from your Calamity Dragon.
So if you play a Scimitar Card on top of mine, yours happens first.
Exactly. Even though this was played second, it was played in response, so it happens first.
Okay. And if I had more Scimitar Cards, I could stack on top of yours?
Exactly. And it would be an endless stack until one person has no more to play in response.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah, and they happen from top to bottom.
Okay.
All right. So, and it says then I get to take an energy from my energy deck and add it to a creature or pile on my side of the field, so I'll bring mine up to a big old 4. All right, so now that's used, and now Vortex happens.
Okay.
So we'll discard their hands.
I have nothing left.
Cool. All right, and then we draw 3 from our main decks. Okay, and it's still the start of my turn, so
yes.
Let's see. I will play Endowment, take another energy from my energy deck and add it to any creature or pile in play, so I'll buff it up to a 5. And then I will attack. I'll have my 5 energy Angel attack your Clock Dragon.
Not my Clock Dragon?
Yes, your Clock Dragon. All right, that's it for me, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, I will start with Invoke. Starting the pile. Starting to run out of room.
He's got a huge army of dragons.
Then 3 new piles. And 4 creatures.
Nice. Wow.
Woohoo!
You got a big field there.
Now, let's see here. I'll use these 4 to attack. I can do that, right? I can say these 4 attack your 1?
You can do any combo of attacks you want.
Okay, so these 4 attack your creature.
All right.
And then, since you're left with nothing, I'll attack you directly for 4 points.
And I was at 3, so 1, 2, 3. I'm at -1, and you win. Good game.
Right, thank you.
And there's that big turnaround I was talking about. It's truly always anybody's game with Exodus, and you just never know what your opponent's going to draw or how they're going to play their cards. By default, the Angel deck is really good at buffing up your own creatures and making them more powerful, while the Dragon deck is good at taking energy away from your opponent and weakening their cards. So they're both very balanced. Each starter deck comes with a fixed ratio of 13 creatures and 7 Scimitar cards, but you are more than welcome to change up that ratio when customizing your deck. The only rules to deck building in Exodus is that you must have the minimum of a 40-card deck, a 20-card energy deck, and a 20-card main deck, and you can only have up to 2 copies of a card in your main deck. This means you can have like 2 of your favorite creatures and 2 of your favorite Scimitar cards. You can have as big of a deck as you like and play with any combination of cards. The strategy you can already delve into just by mixing and matching cards from the 2 different starter decks alone is astounding. We hope you enjoyed the Exodus demo and that you now know how to play the Exodus trading card game. We'll be revealing plenty of winning strategies, deck combos, and gameplay videos, so be sure to watch for those. See you later.